Today we are solving a linear equation with distributive property. Let's talk about distributive property real quick. So if you have parentheses, that's typically saying that you're going to be doing distributive property. And remember that most of the time, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes, distributive property is the parentheses means multiply. So a lot of times parentheses means multiply. And in this case, we're multiplying by the number that's in front. And we want to distribute. This is like handing out candy. Or in this case, it would be like giving an A to everything inside the parentheses, to every term. So in this case, you're going to give an A to B by multiplication, and you're going to give an A to C by multiplication. So you get AB multiplied together plus AC. All right, that's going to be our basic concept. Let's apply this in these two problems. We're going to go ahead and draw our line down through the middle. Again, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And we have to do distributive property first. You cannot continue to work the problem with all these parentheses in there. Let's do distributive property on the left-hand side. We are distributing the 2 to each term inside the parentheses. You don't distribute outside that. So once you're done distributing inside, you're done with that number in front. So our number in front here is 2. We're going to say 2 times 5. That gives me 10. And then we're going to say 2 times negative 3. That gives me negative 6, but don't forget to bring down this x. Even though you're not really doing a number multiplication there, the x still remains. That's our left-hand side. Now, we need to remember order of operations before we do this right-hand side, because I see students all the time doing, 8 minus 3 is 5. Is that the right order to do this? So think about, y'all probably have heard of PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. I'll write it over here, PEMDAS. That's our order of operations. So parentheses isn't really what we're looking for here. We're actually looking at multiply, but my point is that multiply has to come before add, or subtract. So we can't do 8 minus 3. We got to multiply first. So what are we multiplying? We are multiplying negative 3. Don't forget to include the negative sign with your multiplication. So this really means that this 8 is going to come down, and now we're going to multiply negative 3. So negative 3 times x, or just 1, really a 1 there. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Don't forget to bring down the x. And then negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. All right. Now, go back and watch my video. I'm going to go kind of fast from here, but go back and watch the video of combining like terms and solving from there. So here we're combining like terms next. On the left-hand side, we have two terms that are not the same, or not similar, or like. So this is 10 minus 6x equals, do we have any like terms on the right-hand side? Yes, we do. We've got 8 minus 6. So 8 minus 6 is 2. Bring down the minus 3x. Now, does the order matter here? No, it doesn't, okay? If you feel better putting that negative 3x first, by all means do that, okay? As long as you got your terms out there, it's fine. Now, what is our next step? That's the tricky part. Now, you've done so many of these. You are still trying to get x by itself on the left-hand side. It doesn't matter the side, but let's just go with the left-hand side. That means that this x on the right side has to go left. So we have a minus 3x. We're going to do a plus 3x. And copy it to the left-hand side, and we're lining up those like terms. Draw a line, and now we're combining like terms. So bring down anything that you can. That's going to be 10. And then negative 6x plus 3x is negative 3x. Bring down your equal sign. Bring down your 2. And did we cancel correctly here? Let's check. Negative 3x plus 3x, that cancels. Okay, next, we need to get rid of the constant on the left. So again, the x and the number with it is staying to last. So this 10 is going next. That is technically an add 10 or a positive 10. So we're going to do subtract 10 from both sides. And we can put it underneath that 2 because those are both constants. So 10 minus 10 cancels. Bring down the minus 3x. Bring down the equal sign. And 2 minus 10 is -8. And then our last step here is divide by the coefficient. And again, it is whatever coefficient is there, including the sign. So this is our first time out of these series of videos that we are dividing by a negative. So we have to divide by -3. Don't divide by the x. The x has to stay there. If we do it on the left, we have to do it on the right. That's the only way you're going to make that completely cancel. Otherwise, you'll have a negative hanging out there. And we don't want that. We just want a plain old x. Equals -8 divided by -3. Two negatives divided by each other make a positive. So this is really just 8/3. And that is our solution for that problem. Feel free to pause at any point in time, rewind at any point in time if you need to, okay? I know this may be kind of fast, but you do have the ability to back it up if you need to. All right, the next one is the same thing. We're still solving. What do you do first? Oh, I see parentheses. That tells me I have got to do distributive property. So I'm going to actually work this without doing the line. Let's do distributive property first. So we are distributing the 9. 9 times 3n is 27n. Then 9 times 9 is 81. Equals, what are we distributing on the right? Think about it. What are we distributing? Are we distributing the 14? No, we're not. The 14's coming down. So we just have a minus sign. What is the understood number in front of that parentheses there? That's going to be a 1. So I am actually distributing a -1. So, and there's a 1 in front of that n also. You can put the 1s there. That's fine. Just don't put the 1 with the x at the end. That's the only thing I really care about here. So -1 times 1n is -1n. And again, if you need the 1 there, put it. You don't need it though. Okay, you don't have to have it, I guess I should say. Now we've got -1 times 3 is -3. And this is just want to put a little star here and say, be careful. Be careful there. I see a lot of people forgetting to multiply by those negatives there. All right. We have distributed. So our next step is combining like terms. On the left-hand side, do I have anything to combine? No. I've got a variable and a constant. On the right side, do I have anything to combine? Well, I've got 3 terms, so I'm definitely combining something here. So that 14 and 3 can be put together. Let's bring down this left side real quick. So 27n plus 81 equals, let's put these together. 14 minus 3 is going to give me 11. And minus n, we'll bring that down. All right. Now my line in the middle's gone away. What do you do next? Okay, so we're grabbing the variable on the right. Always look right and grab that first. So minus n is going to make positive n. And we're going to do that on the left side as well. Draw a line, add like terms. 27n plus n is 28n. Bring down the 81. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the 11. And did the -n plus n cancel? Yes, it does. Okay. And now we're moving the 81. So subtract, change the sign, move it to the other side. Same thing. This should be like a mirror image on each side. Okay. Add like terms. 28n, 81 minus 81 cancels, equals 11 minus 81 is -70. And we're going to divide by 28. Ooh, we got some big numbers in this problem. That's okay. Sometimes that happens. 28 divided by 28 is going to just be n. Okay, so just n there. And then this is where I would highly suggest putting it in the calculator, okay? You could sit here and manually reduce this, but you cannot enter -70 over 28 as the final answer. Because, well, just looking at this, both of these have 2 in common. They're both even, okay? But you could continue to reduce this down. Our final answer is -5/2. And I want to talk you through how to put this in the calculator depending on your calculator. Okay? So in the TI, and if you already know how to work your calculator and you want to check out of this video and go to the next one, that's totally fine. Go for it. But if you have the TI-30 XS Multiview, this is that one that's white and kind of grayish. We love this one, and this is the one, if you haven't bought a calculator, I would highly suggest getting this one. This is my favorite one because it has, it's not actually called this, but it has what's called a magic button on it. And so the button you're looking for is this button. It is right above the enter sign. And what you'll do is go ahead and put -70 divided by 28, hit enter, or enter. And then when you hit that button, it'll automatically just reduce it for you and turn it into an improper fraction, which we love. Okay. So one button, we love it. Don't write this as -2.5. We most of the time do not need decimals. The only time you're going to use a decimal typically is application problems, and it will specify in the problem on the computer what you should do there. All right, that's the easier calculator. If you have the TI 30X IIS or 2S, it is a little more complicated. Not that you can't do it, you just got more buttons to press. Okay, so you're going to press, I'm going to take you step by step here. So negative sign, that's going to be down by the equal sign or the enter sign. 70 divide by 28 equal. That's going to give you -2.5. Okay, that's not going to work for us. We need it in a fraction format. So then you're going to hit second PRB equal. That's going to spit out -2 with a little bracket thingy, 1/2. So now we have a mixed number. We're getting closer, but that's still not completely what we need here. And then you're going to hit second ABC, and then equal. And that will finally spit out -5/2. Once you've tried this a bunch of times, you'll get the hang of it and you'll end up just doing it second nature, but you definitely need to practice this, okay? So practice this with this problem, and then definitely practice when you're working your homework so that you know how to reduce these fractions in your calculator so that you're not having to manually do this by hand, okay? The calculator will do it for you. So our final answer here, the one you would put in a computer system would be -5/2.